And hello, everybody. Welcome to Ladies Power Lunch. Thank you so much for joining us. I have in the room with me today very special guest, Gina Johnson, and she's going to be talking to us about our up-leveling our abundance by opting into abundance. We also have some great friends here joining us. So I would like to offer them the opportunity to very briefly introduce themselves and their businesses, just for you who are watching or listening, if you're joining on our YouTube channel or on our Facebook group, if you're joining us on LinkedIn, or if you're joining us on our podcast, just giving you an opportunity to see the kinds of people who our show actually does help. So, Lorraine, would you be open to sharing with us who you are and what it is that you do in the world?
Thank you. My business is Fabulous Begins at 50. I partnered with my health and wellness company, Isogenics, 8 years ago, the week I turned 72. So I help people with various types of ways that they can have a healthy aging lifestyle. And I am open to chatting with anyone that would like to know more. You can just text the word energy to 21,000 for my digital business card. Thanks for having me here today, Dr. Davia.
Sure. Thanks, Lorraine. And welcome, Stephanie. So nice to have you here. I love your background. It's very beautiful. Can you share with us, please, who you are and what it is that you do?
Thank you so much for having this. So I'm the owner of Autumn Sage LLC. It's a wellness company, energy work, sound healing, Reiki, shamanic healing, etc. So I'm very excited to hear about Gina, who I happen to know as well. And
Awesome.
thank you so much for having this. Thank you.
Excellent. So I am really, of course, excited, as I tend to be usually, to talk to Gina about a lot of things. I think we'll end up talking a little bit about opt-ins, but I have so many questions for Gina today. So this is going to prove to be an interesting conversation. But before we dive in, I want to share that I pulled a card for us today. I don't know. I just felt like we needed a little interesting thought for the day. And this one popped up, Creatrix. She's a beautiful one. And the message that she has for us for today is your soul is a divine creative fire. She wants to break free from what has been and give life to something new. You may experience this as a feeling of restlessness, of being confined, or as a craving for something more that you cannot quite articulate. Your soul doesn't want you to push that new life away. She wants you to embrace it. When you let go of your inhibitions and freely express yourself, stagnant situations will be cleared out by the powerful release of your energy, which creates openness. Let your inner artist out to play in whatever way feels fun, raw, and honest for you. It is time for you to experience something new. So I hope this evokes something wonderful for you. I hope this invites you to start being a little creative, thinking about the ways that you can be creative in your life and, of course, in your business. Just a reminder that we have quite a few things going on with Ladies Power Lunch every single week. On a Tuesday, we have our TV show, which you can tune into on Apple TV, Fire TV, or Roku TV. We also have, oh, and you can also find us there at growsmarternotharder.com/TV if you want to tune in from your computer or your smartphone. Then on Fridays, of course, we have this show, which is the Free Gift Friday, where we invite a member to come share some deep, meaningful conversation with us. But not just that, to also give us something for free, share with us her gifts and talents. Every Thursday, we release our podcast episodes. And of course, once a month, on the third Monday of every single month, we actually have the Ladies Power Lunch collective meeting. That's an opportunity for us to network and actually get to know each other. We get together in breakouts and we have member matches and we have opportunities for you to share about your business and also learn from a workshop presenter. So lots of great things going on with Ladies Power Lunch. And I might mention that all of those things I've mentioned are free. And every single day, we're having conversation over in the Ladies Power Lunch Facebook group. And if you are the businesswoman who believes that supporting each other is something that you are here for, then we welcome you. Come on over and join us. So I'd love to welcome Gina. Gina's a dear friend of mine. And I have to say that I hardly go a day without talking about collaboration. And it's so refreshing to find somebody who really believes in this idea of collaboration, probably almost as much as I do. And in such a way that we do so many collaborating activities together. So it is with great pleasure that I welcome Gina. She's a I'm going to say holistic business coach. Am I right on saying that, Gina? Did I get that right?
Sure,
Okay.
you
Because
did.
you do so many things that sometimes it's hard to niche it down, but you are, in fact, a holistic business coach. I find that you do great work with just about any kind of client that comes into your view. But the people that I think benefit the most from you, from what I have seen, are those people who are in that maybe 1 to 5 years of their journey into entrepreneurship. You know how when you just start, you don't know, guys, what you don't know, and you kind of need somebody to hold your hand to lead you through that part of it. I feel like Gina excels at that. And so if you find that you're there or you're at a transition point in your business, Gina might be a great connection for you. So, welcome, Gina. I'm going to ask you to, in your own words, would you share with everybody who you are and what wonderful things you're doing in the world?
Well, thank you so much, my friend, for that very kind introduction. And yes, I consider you a very good, near and dear friend to me. And as you and I joke all the time, we are always on the same wavelength. And oftentimes we're in the same meeting and we're saying the same words at the same time. So it's always fun to collaborate with you. Yes, I am a holistic business coach. I intuitively coach my clients, and I am on the Connecticut shoreline. I work remotely. However, if you're local to me, as before COVID, I used to meet people, and I would always say, if you are willing to drive to my town when I lived in Glastonbury, I will be happy to meet with you in person. And I'm excited to say that I have quite a few clients on the shoreline, and they really are looking to meet in person again. So that just started happening, and I'm really excited about that. And yes, I do work with people. My sweet spot is people in that beginning stage to probably up until their fourth, fifth year in business. I'm helping them navigate through things, leveraging the skills that they already have, maybe that they've gotten in corporate America or other positions they've had, leveraging those skills to create a purpose-based business from the inside out. And that's the holistic piece. I am certified in 12 different holistic modalities, although I do not practice as a healer. I feel that my training over the years in those modalities really helps me to use those skills to help my clients. And, as it turns out, I end up coaching a lot of those holistic practitioners and help them with their business. And I love today's topic. And thank you so much for having me here. And it's nice to see some friends that I know and I haven't seen in a while. Lorraine, I think I saw you probably last year, but Stephanie, it's been quite a few years. So it's nice to see you. And thank you for tuning in. So some people here might be wondering, what the heck is an opt-in and do I need it? So I am open for answering those questions today.
Well, before we
what do you
start
think about
talking
that?
about the opt-in, I have questions. You know me, I was going to come with questions. I feel like we kind of know you, Gina, but there might be people in our group. There might be like one or two people who've been hiding under rocks all this time, and they don't really know the real you. And
Ooh.
when they hear me say that I really, really love and appreciate you, they might not understand why. So, would you share with us a little bit about the story of what brought you to wanting to support these kinds of entrepreneurs in the first place? What's your why? Why are you even doing this? What brought you here?
Interesting story. So I am a former chef, and I thought I had the world figured out because I always wanted to be a chef. And at an interesting, very sad, traumatic point in my life, many, many years ago, 22 years ago, I lost a child at birth. And I don't talk about this very often, but obviously it was very traumatic. And at that point, I was devastated, and I turned to the holistic community because I didn't know how to relax. And I was, pregnant with my son now, who's 21. And I had to get through another 9 months constantly worrying, is my baby alive? I'm not feeling kicks, you're not feeling the movement. And so many people recommended, well, try Reiki, try, aromatherapy, try this technique, try that technique. And I did that. I quit my job to be a stay-at-home mom, and I did this full time for a whole year, 9 months, trying to keep this baby healthy and my mind at ease. So long story short, so then I went on and I had my second child, and they're 19 and 21, and it was wonderful. And then you get busy with your life, and you're a mom, and I was a chef, and I was doing all these things. And then fast forward to when I turned 40, which was 13 years ago, my kids were older, and all of a sudden it wasn't filling my bucket anymore. I used to love being a chef and loved what I did. And all of a sudden it was like, I don't want to do it anymore. So then it was kind of like, well, what am I going to do with myself? I've never been in this place. I've never not known what I wanted. And so I was kind of scratching my head. I'm like, wow, well, the holistic community and those practices got me through the most difficult time in my life. Maybe I'll just immerse back in that. And so that's what I did. So I followed my heart and the yellow brick road, so to say, speak. Anytime anything came up that was appealing to me, whether it be learning how to do tarot cards or becoming a Reiki master or whatever certification it was, if it felt good and I was called to do it, I just did it. At that point, I had no idea. I thought I was going to be a healer, but as it turns out, I am the coach to the healers. So it's kind of how I accidentally became a coach. So along the way, I just kept doing anything that felt good. And what I learned was pulling out of people through all of the training. I don't know what happened to your audio. I think we all got muted.
All right. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but
That's okay.
you could continue. I'm not really sure what happened. I've been having a
It's
little
all
bit of
good.
tech
Maybe I was saying
difficulties
too
all
much. I
day
needed to be
long.
muted.
No, you know what? I really don't think you need to be muted at all. As a matter of fact, I want to say that, having a loss is something that is way more common than we give credit to. And so many of us as women, so many of us in our community, even me, we've had losses. And so it is important that we talk about these things so that people know that they're not alone. And I really
Mhm.
respect and honor that you felt comfortable enough to share that with us. So thank you so much. And I'm in apology about the
Oh, no,
being
that's okay.
muted.
I mean,
Not sure. My
I
computer
don't
is
know.
just doing its own thing today.
I don't always tell that story, but sometimes I'm just called to tell it. So maybe somebody needed to hear it.
Yeah.
And I did a lot of positive things. I built a pregnancy loss website, and I started a lending library at St. Francis Hospital, which is still in existence today. So I did a lot around that for healing, and I support women around that. But it's this tiny little piece about my life that I don't usually talk about. So when you said maybe some people don't know you, I just decided to share that little piece. But the moral of the story, of course, besides my loss, is that's what got me into being holistic and really appreciating those practices and doing those trainings. I just doing anything that felt good in the moment. And I think that's really important. And that's what life is about, is doing what feels good. And I know, Davia, you're part of a book collaboration right now, and you're looking for people that are really, really passionate and want to change the world. And for me, helping people with their business who are really, really passionate and want to have these purpose-based businesses. Today's topic, even though it sounds like it's a little dramatic, right? But it's about people that are passionate. Opt-ins don't have to be difficult. They can be so simple and so easy if you're in the right business and you're passionate about what you do and you know your work and your industry inside and out. You can create an opt-in that will draw people to your list and grow your community.
I love that you point out that it can be so easy. I think a lot of the times for us as small business owners, women in business, entrepreneurs, we approach some of the must-dos for business building with an energy that is a little bit more negative. It's not really that abundance-based energy that we need to bring to every single marketing activity that we do. What advice would you have, Gina, for inviting us to infuse more positive energy as we get into this mindset of creating opt-ins that are actually beneficial for the people who we're inviting to us?
Great question. So I would say, approach it like I do and you do. We try to approach everything we do every day about serving, right? How can I help someone else? How can I help you? How can I inspire and help the people watching? So when you think about your business and you think about what you do, you are an expert in your field and you're passionate about it. What would someone want? What could enhance their life? Think about some sort of, first of all, what is an opt-in? Maybe I should start with that. So an opt-in is, so when you visit a website, there's this little pop-up bar, and sometimes it's annoying. Sometimes it's a bunch of ads, and they are very annoying because it's stuff you don't want to see. But if you go to a specific website, it's this little pop-up, and almost all websites have the capabilities behind the scenes to build an opt-in. And what it is, it's some sort of a cheat sheet or a checklist. And it might say something like, grab your, so let's just say you're a website builder or an SEO builder, grab your SEO cheat sheet here, right? So if you're like, oh, well, I've heard of SEO, I'm not really sure what it is. What do I need to do? And so maybe it's 20 things you need to do before you do your SEO, right? Oh, well, that's good to know. Number one would be to update your website. So, so you click on it and then you put your email address in, and then, you put your email, you click on it, put your email address, and then it will go to a landing page. And the landing page is set up on MailChimp. And from there, it would automatically put you on that person's list and you would get that checklist. So you want to create the opt-in of something that somebody wants that would be of value. I can tell you, I'm probably not going to sign up for 5 tips to anything because I literally have I think 9,000 emails on my phone. My boy drives my boyfriend crazy. But besides the fact, I don't want another email unless I know I really, really want it, unless it's something that's important. So you want to think about a proven formula, a roadmap, a checklist, a cheat sheet. And this is kind of one of my superpowers. When I'm teaching a workshop and somebody will ask me about an opt-in, I'll be like, great, tell me your business. I can come up with an opt-in like that. Any business, anything. It's not my ideas. It's me pulling out of you. So Lorraine, I would say to you, you've been in the wellness industry for so long. If I said to you, Lorraine, can you come up with 20 tips for sleep? You'd go, oh, well, I have to think about it. Well, and maybe I'd give you 1 or 2, but then your mind would start going and you'd go, oh, well, sure. And you'd start writing those tips and you'd start writing that list. So it's that thing. I mean, I don't know if people would want to sign up for 20 tips, but something like that. And you come up with a catchy little
Let me tell
title.
you, as a physician, I see patients who have difficulty sleeping, and if they could get 20 tips for how to enhance their sleep, they would give their email address for that. I'm pretty sure.
And why I say it, so it can be tricky if you don't have the guidelines. I mean, if you are a web designer, building a website's not tricky. If you're me, building a website's tricky. And by the way, I built a website during that period of my loss. I built a pregnancy loss website myself, which I'm still amazed that I did that. I don't know how, because I couldn't build one now. But anyway, if it's your industry, you know how to do it. So don't worry about the how. I'm teaching this workshop coming up on May 2nd, and I would love to invite everyone to attend. I'm going to gift someone today a ticket to attend the workshop. It's a $45 investment, and you will walk away with 5 creative ways to use opt-ins in your business, a concrete action plan, and also a checklist, a step-by-step checklist to actually create it yourself. And inspiration. So just like this, tell me your business and I'll come up with an idea for your checklist. It's something somebody wants. It's something that's like, oh, I really need that list. It's really going to change your life. And all it is coming from that place of serving. You're serving, you're helping other people, you're making their life better. And the secret to that is, what's the number one problem? If somebody said to me, what's the number one problem your clients have? And I'm like, number one, what do I do next? And number two, what do I post on social media? Like, I don't know where to turn next to my business and I don't know what the heck to post. Those are my 2 main problems, right? So my opt-ins are all around that. If you go to my website, ginajohnson.co, it's 100 ways to market your business. Boom, people download it every single day, especially now that I just had my SEO done. So I'm solving a problem, right? It's helping people out how to market their business. They don't know what to do next. They don't know how to promote it. So it's just really thinking about those problems. That's all we're doing, sharing. And it's a great way to share your expertise. Now, Davia, I can tell you have a question.
I always have questions, Gina. I am a fountain of questions. So I love that you are inviting us to, when we're thinking about what we want to offer as the free gift to invite people to our list, we want to come at it from a place of service, and we want to offer the people something that we think would be really beneficial to them. Not just 5 tips, but maybe
add value,
something that's really valuable to them. People might be thinking to themselves, well, I might be giving away too much
never.
in an opt-in. What do you have to say to that?
Never. You can never give away your best stuff. You can never overshare, because you could have a piece of paper. I could give you, actually, I did this for eWoman. I gave an opt-in away on opt-ins, and it came with my workbook on how to create one. But there's nothing like having the person live and having that one-on-one and having that conversation, or working with the person and you get to ask a question and you have the dialogue. So share everything, share your good stuff. That's how you get them in. Give your best content away. And if you feel that way, you're stepping into the energy of lack. And you and I both know we don't want to step into anything about lack in your business.
Let's talk a little bit more about that energy of lack, because I think this leads really, really easily into this conversation of what are some of the things that we should not be doing as we're considering putting out an opt-in. Where should
Holding
our
back.
energy really be?
Come at it with excitement. I can't wait to meet all of these amazing new people that are going to sign up for this opt-in, and I know they need it, and I'm going to help them. And then you're bringing them into your funnel, and you're bringing them into your ecosystem, and maybe you're going to help and you're going to change their life in some small way. Maybe that one tip is exactly what they needed to help them. Maybe that one little tip, that one little nutrition thing that they could do or whatever is really going to enhance their life. And so you want to look at it as you're just serving. So share. Do not hold back. If you're writing that list of 20 things and you say, oh, I don't want to give this one away because that's my best stuff, give it away. And in the workshop, I'm going to show you 5 different ways how to stretch that opt-in and use. It probably would be 100 ways once we break it down, how to use that opt-in throughout your business, multiple ways, repurposing it. So just don't be afraid. Don't hold back. Just bring the energy of abundance.
The energy of abundance. That's always really, the way I think we should approach just about anything that we do. I'm gonna throw a little wrench into this idea.
Yay.
What about, because I'm all about collaborations, Gina. What about opt-ins that are collaborative opt-ins? Do you have any ideas regarding that sort of engagement?
I like that. I have not had anyone give me that challenge, but of course, right off the top of my head, I could come up with one. So a collaborative opt-in could be, so a very good friend of mine and yours, Teresa Nat, who is a former client of mine and a phenomenal photographer, branding photographer. She just reached out to me last week and said, I'm so tired of people coming to me and they have no idea what their brand is or what their business is. She goes, can we figure out how to collaborate? Because I really want them to work with you before I begin to take their photos. I said, sure. Well, what did you have in mind? And so we started playing around with some things, and we're going to create some reels or create some things. And so we're going to interview each other, leverage each other's platform, and perhaps come up with some sort of a checklist. 10 things you need to do to straighten out your brand before your photo shoot, and 10 things you need to do, or 10 different photos you should have for your photo shoot. Boom. There's an example of collaborating. Now, I just made up that 10 and 10 on the spot because I wasn't thinking that way. So thanks for the idea, but we definitely are going to collaborate together on this. So, but that's what it's about. And you see the collaboration. So I talked about passion, and I mentioned your book on passion, like your collaborative book you're doing, because it ties right into it. And that's what it really should feel like with the opt-in collaboration. So Teresa can put that opt-in on her social media. I can put it on mine, and it's just a win-win.
Yep. I would even go so far as to say it's a win-win-win-win, because
I always
you win.
forget what the fourth win is. So tell me again.
Let me share the fourth win with you all, because
I
it's my
I have
favorite
the
win of
first
them
three.
all.
I have the first three, but I just always forget the fourth
The
one.
fourth win, I believe, is so delicious and so juicy. So Gina, you win. Your collaboration partner, Teresa, will win. The client will win, because can you imagine now, as a client, you're coming to your website, where I'm coming to you to see more about how to engage with a business coach. And she's also giving me information about how to make my personal branding look even better. That's a huge win for me as the client. But then guess what else happens? The greater good wins.
It's the greater
The
good. You're
greater good
right. You're
wins
right.
every single time, because then I go on to light up my clients, because I am now in a higher energy and radiating that energy to them, and they go to light up their clients, and on it goes in this tsunami of abundant light. And before you know it, your little opt-in has changed the world.
I love that. And also, when I say win, 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 I literally say, my good friend Davia says win, 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 win. I forget what the fourth one is, but we need a win, win, win for everybody. And I say that all the time. And that's, again, it's just another way of giving credit where credit is due. And you just answered what the fourth one is. I probably still won't remember next time, but
That's okay. It'll
but
give me an opportunity to have conversation with you, Gina, and just remind you, we definitely want to make sure that the greater good is winning. So you mentioned that you have an upcoming event where you're going to teach us all to be more abundant in our mindset, be more abundant in our businesses through the power of having an opt-in that is beneficial to the people who are coming to it. Can you tell us a little bit about the event that you have coming?
So it'll be probably a 45-minute training. I'll allow an hour in case there's Q&A. It's definitely always hands-on. It will not be shared. It will not be recorded. It's just for whoever registers, and we're gonna give one away today. It's only a $45 investment. I will send you, once you register, a PDF, which is probably 5 or 6, 7 pages. You know me, I love my workbooks, and it's going to have in there step-by-step, not only step-by-step instructions to create your own opt-in, but step-by-step. Oh, I think I might even have 15 or 20 different ways how you post it. Sign up for my free this, or click here to find out how to da 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 da. I give you the language, the verbiage, and then there's a whole other sheet, and we talk about this, about the roadmap, the strategy, the proven formula, all of those other things, how to come up with them, and then we talk about how to strip that content and how to use it. 5 different ways, probably more. I say 5, but probably more.
Give us something, Gina, because it's Free Gift Friday. Give everybody a gift right now. Tell us, in addition to perhaps posting on our social media or having the opt-in on our website, what's another way that an opt-in can be beneficial to us?
Okay. Easy peasy. This is one is probably not even one of the five. This is just like a no-brainer. And so this one is, let's say, and you have done this to me before. You call me in the 11th hour and you say, I'm having a conference and one of my speakers doesn't have electricity. She's having a storm. Can you come and present? And I say, sure. What do you want me to talk about? And you're like, it's tomorrow. Okay. What's the topic? And you throw out a topic and I go, oh, yeah, I can talk about that. I think I have an opt-in. So now I look at my list of opt-ins and I find something that's relative. And now in a minute on the spot, I can present basically a whole presentation just from my opt-in. I can take each line, each thing, and just go deeper and deeper and deeper. At the end of that presentation, I can say, for anyone who would like the actual copy of this, I can post the link in the chat. And so now I'm growing my list. Boom.
Ding, ding, ding. So that's one of my favorite ways to use an opt-in, to be honest, because, you know, when you are speaking from the stage, a lot of the times, which is also one of my favorite things to do, when you're speaking from the stage, a lot of the times you don't have that intimate one-on-one contact with your people, but you can give them an opportunity to connect with you directly and in an intimate way through your email list by just giving them a really quick and easy, juicy thing that they're going to want. And if they've just sat and listened to you for 20 minutes, half an hour, however long your workshop was, they're going to want that piece. And so leaving that as an opt-in is great. I have an additional tip for that. If you're going to do something like that from the stage, create an easy to remember URL for that particular opt-in.
Absolutely.
So, for example, we have an opt-in that's growsmarternotharder.com/free or something like that. Like, I will always remember that, and people will always remember because they know growsmarternotharder.com is my website. So /free, well, yeah, then that's probably my free thing. So I totally get that. That's a really great example. And I don't mind putting you on the spot, Gina, because I know you are like that with the answers.
Okay, bring it on. What else you got?
Bring it on. Well, my next question is, what do you have for one wonderful winner today? What can somebody get from having attended with us today?
Get a seat at this workshop, which is going to be on May 2nd at 12 o'clock. It's going to be a Zoom. I'll send you the link. I'll send you the workbook. And if you cannot attend, you will still get the workbook. And so you can just follow along and do the step-by-step. And if you cannot attend and you follow along and you do the workbook, you can send me a message and ask me some questions and I'm happy to help you out.
Gina, that is tremendously generous. Really appreciate you coming on the show today and talking about the abundance that we can infuse into our lives when we give more. And how can we give more? We can make the things that we're offering as our freebies, our free gifts on our websites or on our social media, we can make them really, really beneficial things that people actually want. And actually, when we give that way, then we also do receive. So I would like for you to choose a number between 1 and 20. And based on that, we'll choose today's winner.
11.
And our winner is Lorraine. Thank you, Lorraine, for joining us today and just for
Thank you so much. Thank you. This was very interesting, Gina. Thank you so much. And thank you for the offer. I can't wait.
Great. I'm so happy to have you there. And I love having you in the room anytime I do anything, because after you tell your story, everybody's like, what? And then they start doing the math, easy math, but they're still doing the math. And you are an inspiration.
Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions for Gina before we go? Questions, comments, or remarks? Anything that particularly stood out for you today?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Stephanie, do you have an opt-in?
I'm how about you, Lorraine? Do you have an opt-in?
No, but I'm going to.
Apparently you are.
Well, I have a replicated website, so I'm not able to do it there, but I'm looking and want to talk more about how I can do things on LinkedIn because that's spending more time there. So, yeah. And that
Excellent.
20 tips to better sleep is going to be one of my newsletters on
Just
LinkedIn.
made it up.
You're the best, Gina. I've got to run to another meeting, but thank you so much.
You're welcome. We'll see you on May
Awesome.
2nd.
Thank
And
you. Bye-bye.
Stephanie, did you have
Thank you.
any questions or comments for Gina?
She did a really great job. She had my mind going and thinking in so many different directions, and that's what Gina's good at, motivating
Thank you.
people.
Thank
Do
you
you
so
have
much
an
for
opt-in,
joining.
Stephanie?
I'm sorry.
Do you have an opt-in?
No, I am going to think about that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if I can help you out in any way, I hope you can make it on May 2nd. And I promise you will leave with an idea.
Ooh, thank you
will
so
leave
much.
with many
Many
ideas.
ideas.
Ladies, it was such a pleasure having you all here in the room with us. And thank you so much to Gina for being our very special guest today. Thank you to everybody who's joining us over in our Ladies Power Lunch Facebook group. Thanks to everybody who's joining on our podcast and, of course, over on LinkedIn and all our other social media places where we like to hang out. And I'll see you guys on the next show. Take care, everybody.
Thanks. Thanks for having me, Davia.